further illustrate this video and the subject topic, I thought I'd drink a cup of tea while I was telling you about tea. How about that? You come out the closet of being a tea drinker, few questions you get asked: are you a slurper? I don't see why that matters really. If the liquid is boiling hot and you put liquid that's boiling hot in your mouth, what are you going to do? Slosh it round, slurp it a little bit. Hopefully your tongue won't fall out of your mouth after you get rid of the liquid. Or you swallow it and let it burn the inside of your throat and you can't swallow for a yeah. No. Another question you get asked quite regularly is, with biscuits and tea, are you a dunker or not? I personally don't think that's an issue either, you know? Sometimes you might want a bit of a liquidy biscuit. So many innuendos. Ugh. Thank God I'm not popular enough to be gift on Tumblr. Gift. That's another one, innit? Let's not go there, because that's a bit political. Internet has made that kind of thing political. It's just got mental, hasn't it, really? Everything's got a bit mental. This cup of tea, for example, is quite hot, so I'm having to slurp it before I drink it. But because I'm human and I'm impatient and I can't wait for my tea to get cold, I'm just going to drink it anyway. Oh, it's consumerism for you, that. If there's one thing, right, that was taught about tea, that I didn't know about tea before I came out the closet as a tea drinker, is that a lot of people are really fussy about tea. I've got no method about tea. What I tend to do, chuck a tea bag in the mug, turn the kettle on, put my sugar in, and wait for the kettle to boil. I know, right? Science. My friend actually told me the other day that there's a science behind the perfect cup of tea. If I remember correctly, put the tea bag in the hot water for 1 minute, then I add the milk, and I leave the milk and the tea bag for 3 minutes. And then, hey presto, you've got this scientifically proven perfect brew of tea. Personally, I think that's 4 minutes of waiting, and I'm not ready for that. I'm not down to commit to that. Imagine this, right? You're an Eskimo. You live in that place that Carl Pilkington visited that he didn't really like, West Barrow or something. You're cold. You're frozen. You're in the middle of fucking nowhere. Eskimos aren't going to turn around and go, excuse me mate, that's not a perfectly brewed cup of tea there. Disappointed, want my money back. They're going to go, brilliant, don't worry about the tea bag, I love the hot water, I'm fucking freezing. Another friend of mine, tea enthusiast, male tea enthusiast. He even has like a scoopy thing, right, like a sieve, a mini sieve, really cute, and he puts tea leaves in it and then he plops that in there and he pulls it out. I've never liked the look of plants. Sometimes I think, oh, I'm feeling a bit healthy, I'll have a salad, and then I look at it and think, plants, dirt, worms, mud, insects, cockroaches. No. Ding! Can you tell? Another topic that's sort of thrown around in the land of tea: do you use milk with your tea? How many sugars do you have with your tea? I remember making a cup of tea for one of my friends, and I put 2 sugars in a cup of tea. She was like, what are you doing? I said, eh? What? She said, I want to be able to actually taste the tea. And I thought, but that's the happy medium, innit? Most of my other friends have like 6. I used to have 5 sugars in my tea when I was a kid. It went up to 7, and then it came back down to 3, and now I'm on 2.5. 2. Personally, on a serious note, I think that the cup of tea that you choose to have isn't down to whether you're this, that or the other. You might wake up and think, I'm not going to wear socks, I'm going to just have my ankles on show. Or you might wake up and go, I want fluffy socks on today, so I'll wear a nice big pair of boots. Same as tea. You might wake up and think, I don't fancy milk in my tea today, I'll have it in a glass, be Dutch about it. Ooh. Or you might well wake up and go, I want one of those grimy, greasy spoon British cups of tea, full of sugar, full of milk, full of fat, and love, and happiness, and grumpiness, and London, and busyness. Just chill out. It's a cup of tea. What I like about tea though, right, is that tea tends to bring people together in a harmonious murmuring of dilly-dallying around. You can dawdle with tea, you can tea on the go, you can tea at home, you can tea when you're out. It's nothing to be ashamed of, unless you're near a table of Tumblr addicts in Starbucks. support your high street. A good thing about tea is that it's a nice hug from the inside. Warm, fuzzy. It's not fuzzy though, is it? Because if it was fuzzy, you'd have a problem on your hands there. Starbucks would be in a bit of a disarray. Discrimination against tea drinkers. Family feuds. Look, everyone just calm down. Let's just sit down and have a cup of tea. You got an awkward situation. The fireman has got to come to your house and tell your kid off for calling the fire service for the 6th time that week. He comes in. Shall I put the kettle on? Yeah, you better. It's like medicine, this stuff. It's crazy. Fruit flavours, technically healthy. Non-fruit flavours, because I don't know what the hell flavour that is. You can use it to colour your shirts, to dye your clothes. Purpose. Multi-purpose. If you think about it, has there ever been a time where a family has got up in EastEnders and gone, right, that's it, and thrown their mug of tea across the room and it's smashed against the wall? No, because tea cures a situation. It doesn't fuel a situation. Coffee, on the other hand, you get people on coffee like, I've been on coffee for 5 days now. They're literally crazy. You go into Starbucks, people are angry. Why are they angry? Coffee. They've got a coffee mix-up. Oh dear, can't just possibly swap the coffee with the person you got a mix-up with. You got to take it right back to the counter and cause someone else's day to be shit. Coffee is very dangerous because you can always get that wrong. With tea, you can get it almost right. It's not really going to be wrong, is it? If you get it wrong, go back to the womb. You need to reevaluate your life, really. The other day I went to Starbucks. I ordered a hot chocolate. A huge mug of hot chocolate. They made a mix-up with my order. And they made me a coffee hot chocolate. I think it might be called a mocha. Uncultured swine. I felt like a person who'd been off heroin for about 6 years and shoved onto an intensive course of it. If you're drinking something and it's not making you very well, it's probably not good for you. Alcohol, not good for you. In the long run though, arguably, alcohol is good for you. Because good times. That pot of Domino's pizza sauce. What about that time you ate a raw potato and then puked after that? Brilliant. If you were to ask me, hey Kay, why do you like tea? I would tell you, I like tea because it tastes damn nice and because there's nothing quite like it. Oh, we got a bit tumbler deep there, didn't we? Independent cafes that are sort of surviving off the back of 50p cups of tea in styrofoam cups. Survival of the fittest. I like that, you know, there are places that celebrate the idea of tea and tea drinkers. We've got Biddy's Tea Room in Norwich. Lovely place, so many varieties of tea. Knock yourself out, tea enthusiasts. You can get boxes for your tea. Boxes that have separators and dividers and little keys. Oh, the house is burning down, Bertha. What should I grab? My box of tea. I'm not really too fussed. I could happily have a hot chocolate. Now that's a whole different can of worms because now we're getting onto the warm liquids. Bovril drink, Marmite drink, soup, tea, coffee. It's just endless. And I don't want to talk about endless. I want to talk about tea. One thing I don't like though, right, is tea and cake. I hate cake. Unsubscribe, unlike. Too heavy, got some lozenged in my throat. Stuck, Heimlich. Not called that anymore, is it? Interesting that. Some teacups have little messages on the inside. You drink it at the bottom and it says some sort of philosophical BS quote about being happy and eternal life and all that. If that's not going to pick you up, don't know what is. Well, I think we've got tea covered now, so cheers and all that. I found a really interesting cup of tea the other day, right? A tea bag that's flavoured like a blueberry muffin. Blueberry muffin, everyone. We're not an alliance, we're just tea drinkers. Get over yourselves.